started.
Hello, this is Carlos. I'm in Phoenix and I'm walking past the fire hall at 6:15 in the morning. I'm going to take a couple of pictures here because it's just about sunrise and it's kind of nice to get a view of Phoenix before the sun comes out and starts to irradiate us all. Let me get back a little bit further. Alright, so it's Wednesday, and I guess this is the Wednesday show. Let me just put my camera away. I'm going to try and find some dirt to run on. Maybe not today, but soon. Today it's going to take me about half an hour to get to where I might be able to run on some dirt. But that will be another day. Probably tomorrow. It's very hard to tell what an area is going to be like to run in from Google Maps. I have been given a lot of good advice by people online about where to run to, but they all involve driving. And driving is not something that I do. I'm running on Polk, P-O-L-K, Polk. I believe all the streets in this town are either numbered or named after presidents. I have taken the precaution of bringing a large bottle of water in my fanny pack today, because pretty soon it's going to be 30 degrees Celsius, 90 plus Fahrenheit. Running towards 7th, and then I will run down 7th all the way to the river, the Salt River. Surrounded by clean, flat sidewalks and palm trees, facing the downtown core of Phoenix with all its high-rise buildings Zaran, my son, is going to be playing in a magic tournament at the convention center. And I believe that is what I'm looking at now. A rather modern looking building. I've actually seen another pedestrian. That is something that we both noticed. Very, very few people walk in Phoenix. Just about to cross Van Buren, another president. One of the reasons I'm running with a fanny pack and water bottle today is, other than the obvious, is so that I look more like a runner and less like somebody who has just robbed a 7-Eleven. Not that there's anybody other than the motorists to see me. So now I'm level with the Monroe School and the Children's Museum of Phoenix, heading towards the, I'll tell you in a minute, but it is the stadium for one of the big games that they play here. I will tell you in a second, when I'm level with it, what it is. The birds are all waking up. I just hope I don't get dumped onto the side of a freeway. As long as there's a sidewalk, I'll be happy. I don't want to have to bushwhack or run on the side of a highway just yet. So this is Washington, and I'm going to have to stop here.
Time 8 minutes 55 seconds. Distance 1.01 kilometers. Average pace 8 minutes 51 seconds per kilometer.
Wait. Well, that's new. They do have the same fixture on the street crossing here as in Esquimalt in Victoria, but they have a different sound for when it's safe to cross. That one. So the name of the field that I was trying to remember is Chase Field. Very impressive looking building. of which I will probably take a photograph because I'm going to have to stop. Home of the Diamondbacks. Chase Field. Baseball. The Diamondbacks.
Wait.
Home of the Diamondbacks. I should take this opportunity to have a drink too. Every 44 minutes, a child in Phoenix witnesses an act of domestic violence. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month in Phoenix. Running over an overpass in front of Chase Field, heading towards the distant mountains. Today at 4:30 is the World Series game 1. But you probably knew that. And not running over the railway tracks. I don't think there will be an obliging freight train for us to listen to. That's okay. We can just listen to the cars at 6:20 in the morning. Lots of planes taking off and landing at the Sky Harbour. So that's one of the coolest names for an airport. One of the busiest airports in the US, and I believe Phoenix is the 5th largest city. It is definitely an urban sprawl. Other than the overpass that I just ran over, Phoenix is extremely flat. So I'm just about to cross Lincoln on 7th. I have the white man telling me that it's safe. There goes a 737 from Southwestern Airlines overhead. Luckily, I turned the volume of the Runkeeper Lady up high to the max. But over some of this noise, I still think I won't be able to hear it. But I should be coming up to 2 kilometers very soon. And depending how I feel, I will either run back the same way, or I will take the bus. The number 7. All the way back to Polk. I'm certainly learning the names of all the presidents. I live in a neighborhood called Garfield. Just ran past the body shop. The next time I record will be on Sunday, and then hopefully I would have scoped out a slightly quieter place to record. I took my electrolyte capsule this morning, knowing full well that I'll be losing a lot of moisture. Yesterday night, I listened to Jim's latest show about his adventures at the Baltimore Running Festival. Okay, so this is the first street that is not a president. And its name is Tonto, believe it or not. Tonto. And now another non-president, Buckeye. So there's definitely a change after Lincoln. I'm going to have to wait on the corner of Buckeye and 7th. This is more of an industrial area now. There's no pedestrian light here, but I guess it's controlled by the traffic, not by the pedestrians. A change is afoot. Very soon I will be allowed to cross. Okay, now I am sweating a fair bit already, and it's very, very dry, so that means I'm losing an excessive amount of water. I noticed yesterday when we came in from our walk, both Zarin and I were walking. I mean, granted it was hot, but we were both dry to the touch, so to speak. But the minute we came into the humidity of our apartment, we both burst into sweat from our armpits. So I'm not the only person running in Phoenix this morning. That woman was running along 7th as well. It was like when we were outside, the dryness was wicking the moisture right off our bodies. And the minute we went inside, suddenly the moisture appeared on the surface. Even on my backpack, where my backpack was, there was a big patch of sweat that wasn't there moments before. It would be almost impossible to get lost in Phoenix. What with the president's names and the numbered streets and the gridiron, it is very, very easy to navigate, even for a Canadian. Running past a pile of bricks, and the place claiming to be famous tire shop, an orange establishment. But to be flown over by another Boeing. This is certainly a novelty for the jackal. I have seen already today about, without exaggerating, 1,000 cars heading for work at 6:30 in the morning. Just ran past a shady looking chap. He gave me a sort of funny look. I have another crosswalk break here. I don't want to be accused of jaywalking, so I will wait for the legal cross. corner of 7th and Mojave. Any second now. Okay. So these crosswalks don't have the machine gun sound telling you that it's safe to run across. That all happened north of Lincoln. So this is 3 kilometers done. 3 sevens at 21. Call it 23, because I don't think I'm running 7-minute kilometers quite yet. Especially with all these presidents that I have to wait to cross. I'm going to take another picture of the sunrise over the industrial estate for those of you who subscribe to our Friends of the Seeker page. So I was a little bit nervous about starting running at 6:30 in the morning, but as always, the Jackal is early. It is 6:42 now, so I must have left around 6:18. If I kept going on this highway, 60 would take me to Tucson, southeast, it says. Alright, I have to keep my wits about me, as this is a very busy crossway. Going through an underpass. Woo, woo, woo. An underpass that smelt strongly of urine. So I got yet another busy intersection to negotiate. Thank you. Here, all the street people seem to have bicycles. Phoenix is a very good city for cyclists. Well, there's my escape route, the number 7. That's the bus I will be on, probably, on my return. But we'll see. If I see somewhere nice to run when I get to this dry riverbed, I will run some more there. But if not, I will run back. So that's the plan. This I'm beginning to recognize from my searching with Street View. There's another one of those nice pink bushes. Not too sure what they're called. sure somebody knows. There's the only bit of colour in an otherwise rather greeny grey foliage. I guess there is very little water here for flowers to bloom without irrigation. So this is the 7th Street Business Park at Watkins. I don't think he was a president. But I believe he has a glen named after him. Definitely the smell of an industrial estate. It smells like body filler, the stuff they use when making fiberglass repairs on cars. I think I'm actually getting to the Salt River, believe it or not. The nice thing about Phoenix is, one of the nice things about Phoenix is that there's no uphill on the way out, but downhill on the way back. It's always flat, wherever you go. From my searching on the map last night, I know that if I take this next boulevard, I will be able to get away from the 7th Street traffic noise. This is called University. 2600 South University. I'm not going to get the lights anytime soon, so I will take another picture of the distant mountains. I hope I'm going to get the light pretty soon. Yeah. The light's changing now. I've got the man. Alright, finally I'm off 7th, but I'm not sure if this is going to take me where I want to go. I think it'll probably take me where I'll be able to see where I want to go. There might well be a chain link fence between me and my final destination, but we'll be patient. Right. That was the first time I've heard her say anything. So that's 32 minutes. If I don't see something pretty soon, I will head back. But I'd like to know if it's going to be worth me getting the bus here tomorrow and doing my running here at the Salt River. Yeah, that area looks fenced off all the way around, but it's the other side of that fence that I want to be on. So I think I will call this road not a good idea and head back to the bridge, and then I'll be on the other side of this factory complex Viking supply net. So back to 7th I go. I'll be able to look on the map to see how close I was to my final destination. But hopefully going this way, I will be able to do a little bit of running on the dirt. So I will pause the recording and report back to you just before I say goodbye. So it's 7 o'clock now, and I have finally reached the dirt of which I spoke. I will run a little bit more on the dirt, but I will run that in private. I will get back to you on Sunday when I probably come here again for the 3rd time. So this is the Rio Salada episode. That's what I will call it. There goes a Parks and Recreation truck. Yep. So it says it's 1.6 miles to the 16th Street. And yep, I think this will suit me well. So this is the running jackal at the entrance to the Rio Salada Park, saying goodbye for Wednesday, whatever it is, the 26th, I think. Yep, the 26th of October at 7 a.m. Bye-bye.